Want to keep up with the latest Camodo gaming videos? Be sure to subscribe and click that bell. Hello YouTube, Camodo Gaming here, bringing you guys another episode of Stormworks Build and Rescue. And yes folks, we are back once again, and today we are finally back with the build episodes. I know it's been a long time since we've done this. I've actually just completely moved into my new house, so I'm back with the builds. Now, I do apologize if it sounds a little weird. I'm still in a fairly empty room right now, so hopefully the echo isn't too bad here. But anyways, we're going to be jumping back into this. We're going to finish this Tsunami base up today, and then we're going to move on to a new build. I kind of want to do something in the air, or at least I should say attempt to do some sort of aircraft, whether it be a helicopter or a plane. So let me know what you guys want to see down in that comment section below. And I think we're going to get to work here. Now, a couple things. I took some suggestions from the last episode. We are going to merge the command center here with the medical bay. And then we're going to make a special room here, and I'll explain what we're going to do with that here in a bit. Now, another thing that I have to work on, I'm going to add a ton of pumps down here, because the base does a really good job at sinking, but it doesn't do a great job at coming back up. So we're going to also work on that. So anyways, if you're enjoying the build episodes, be sure to hit that thumbs up button. And like I said, suggestions down below. But let's jump into the building. Alright, so under here I've actually finally added some more pumps. I'm hoping that this is going to be enough to displace this water on the inside. We're actually going to test this out real quick. This is like the most important thing of this episode, is trying to get this thing to surface. So we're going to do a quick test. So as you can see, once again, for anybody that's not watched this build series, I'm actually flooding this thing by just opening up doors. It's really quick. The problem has been getting this thing to resurface. I only had like 4 or maybe 6 pumps on this before, but now we have an absolute ton of pumps. So we're going to see if we can displace this water. So we're going down, so let's go ahead and shut off the sink. We're going to go to our surface button here, and I'm hoping here that this is going to actually work. I don't know if we need, I got to figure out how this is going to actually work. I'm assuming this is going to suck the water out, and it should, in theory, be spewing it out the bottom, but we'll see if this is actually doing it. I might need to do some sort of other method here. Folks, look, it's starting to rise. Okay, that didn't actually take that long. So it indeed is starting to displace the water. It's blowing it back outside. So hold on. I want to make sure it comes up cleanly here. So we're just going to give it a little bit of time. It's only been about probably 30 seconds since I pressed the button. The back end's coming up. We got to make sure this thing doesn't flip too. Come on, buddy. Here it comes. It's actually coming up, so we officially have enough pumps now. I'll make sure it surfaces completely here and doesn't stall out. Still coming. Oh yeah, it's working. It's just so weird that everything leans forward. I guess we need to put a little more weight in the back here. Alright, she's still pumping out water. It's been about 2 minutes, so I'm going to say it's probably about 3 to 4 minutes to fully surface. Which, that's really not a problem. The problem was the whole fact that it wasn't dropping fast before we had the doors. So you can definitely get under a tsunami really quick, or maybe just go under the ocean, and if you're wanting to kind of do like a tour or something. Now, another thing I should mention, the whole fact that this is not a base that you can live on. I did not create it big enough. If you watched a couple episodes ago, I had like a mobile base that we checked out. That was perfect to live on. This is more like you take people out. You do tours, you can dive under tsunamis, overall pretty cool. So now it functions. I'm really happy about this. This was the one downfall from the previous episodes. So now we can finally go inside and we can just focus the rest on design and the rooms on the inside, maybe some paint. And yeah, I'm actually really excited now. I'm so happy this works. Okay, so we're moving the medical bed. This is going to be actually in the same room that the monitors are in. So, one of the top comments from the last build episode, and people, I'm not going to tell OB about this. We're not making a jail. We're not going to be mean and lock him up. But we all know that OB likes to really press buttons. So somebody was like, why don't you make an OB control console? Make it look really advanced, have a ton of buttons, but realistically, none of the buttons do a thing. So we're going to make a dummy console in here, and then we're going to use the other side of the room for something else. Alright, so let's create an OB dummy console. So I have an idea. So we're going to do 2 screens. We're going to do 2 cameras in the middle. One camera is actually going to be aimed towards OB. That's going to be the only functioning part of this. So let's give him plenty of buttons. Let's go 3 buttons on each side. So it really looks like he's just controlling something. What should I tell him, though? What should I tell him this actually controls? That's actually the really good question now. Hold on, let's go and build this down like this. We'll probably put a couple levers on here. I want to get a camera, that way he can stare at himself, because I feel like he does that a lot. Probably in a mirror, because he always talks about his muscles. So let's go ahead, let's try that. There we go, so he can stare at himself. We're going to stick 1 button in here. And then let's go ahead, what other buttons do we have? Let's give him a keypad. He could probably stay busy with that. Let's see, a buzzer. Ooh, one of the lockable buttons. He'd like that. And let's give him a key. There we go. Let's go and install these on the bottom here. So we'll go 1, 2, 3. So, you know, maybe I should give him 1 button. Maybe we can give him a light or something. That way he thinks he's doing something. Alright, so I'm hooking up video feeds here, so he's going to be able to stare at himself, basically. So this monitor over here is going to be connected to the power button. Same with this one here. So one's the gimbal camera, one is the camera that's literally aimed at OB. So we got those. Let's go ahead and put this in. Actually, he doesn't even need a pilot seat. He just needs a normal seat. So let's get him something like this. What color should we paint this? I'm going to say probably pink. Or actually, no, green. We'll give him a green seat. That way he knows this is his console. We'll definitely have to do an episode with him later this week with this. And just show him this. There we go. That is the OB console. So, hold on. One more thing. I'm going to hook these 2 things up together. So the lockable button's going to actually open up. Or actually, the key button's going to unlock the lockable button there. Alright, that's looking good. Alright, so we're starting some wrap-up work on the outside. I think I'm going to add a little bit of a paint job to this, maybe a couple stripes up the side. Potentially a kind of pixel burger logo. And I don't know if we're going to do anything else to it. I did add navigation lights. I need to add like some antennas and stuff on the top to make it look a little more legit. I kind of want to add, I don't know if I should add some railing here to the front. There's really no way to access the front. The airlock's on the back side of this, so maybe we'll just leave it plain. I don't know, I might be able to come up with some sort of design there, but let's go ahead and start to paint here. I'd love to do a burger. I gotta see how I'm gonna do this. It's not gonna look quite like some of the art that you see in this game. I gotta look and see how to actually do that, but for now, we'll do like a temporary logo on the side of this thing. Alright, so I'm kind of actually digging this logo so far. So I've got the little burger on the side. Kind of looks like my old Multiplayer Monday logo in Scrap Mechanic. So we've got that. We got the blue stripes up the side. Kind of made a 2-tone on the top here with the single bar where the windows are. So overall, pretty happy with that. So exterior is almost done. I still need to add some antennas, and then we're going to move back into the interior. Probably add some stripes. Try to just make that look really good in there too. That way I'm satisfied. Now, a lot of people are asking, Camodo, are you putting this on the workshop? I don't, like, part of me doesn't want to, because I know since a lot of people do watch the videos, that it would probably climb up, and it's not really, to me, almost not fair to, and I'm not saying this in a weird way, but like, I really enjoy seeing the top creations on the workshop. So I think if I put this on the workshop, I'm going to tell everybody, it is open. If you want to re-upload it, if you want to make it better, say some of the really good creators in Stormworks, if you want to do anything with this and re-upload it, it is 100% fine, because I know the design is not near as advanced as what you're seeing on the top of the workshop. So I think we're actually going to do that. That way, if people want to definitely improve on this design, they can go in and do that. I think that would be actually pretty cool to see. Alright, so another thing that a lot of people suggested I do to the roof here, we're actually going to be adding solar panels. So say if you do run out of fuel, you'll at least be able to work the electronics inside of the ship itself, or base, whatever you want to call it. That way you can wait for somebody to come pick you up, and you won't be completely in the dark here. So we're going to add panels on each side. We'll have 2 rows of them, and then I have to directly connect these to the battery, and they should be good to go. Now, if you run out of fuel at night and there's not enough juice there, you're going to be kind of in a little bit of a bad situation, but nonetheless, this is actually a cool little feature that we're going to go ahead and add here. And yeah, it's going to take a moment to hook these up, because I think you have to hook each one of these up individually. Hold on, let me go ahead and check that real quick. Please don't be like that. It is. Okay, so let me go ahead and hook these up real quick. Alright, so the painting is officially done. So the interior's got paint, the exterior paint, I'm pretty happy with it. Solar panels are completely hooked up here. So I want to add some more to the main cockpit here, as far as a couple gauges. And we're nearing the end here. Like, there's not a whole bunch more that I'm going to add. Like I said, it is not meant to be a base that you're going to stay on for a long time, so maybe, I would say, like I said, tours, stuff like that. And plus, like I said, if anybody wants to modify this thing, feel free. You can make it into a full-blown base. I do admit, now that I've seen the other bases, it's a little small, though. So you might have a couple issues making this into a livable base. Alright, so I've hooked up some more gauges. We have a new foghorn on the top. This gauge here is actually going to read the water tanks as they fill and empty, so you'll be able to kind of tell how close you are. I mean, visually you can tell by how far the boat is up or down, but you'll actually have a reading there now. So overall, I think we're ready to test this. Just make sure the new features work, make sure everything looks right, and I think we'll be good. Okay, let's make sure she hasn't changed any. Is it still leaning? You know what? It actually looks a lot more balanced than it's been. Like, this thing used to favor, like, one side or the other, so I think it's actually doing pretty good. So let's go ahead and hop into here. The surface, this probably could be a little bit higher, so we're going to get a little bit of flooding here when I open the door. But we'll close that, and we'll start pumping out here. Actually, I need to label those buttons real quick. Alright, so water is pumping out. So it's the bottom one that pumps the water out. It's the top one that pumps it in. There's your diving equipment there. Let's go and open this. So you would go to this panel first. That's interior lights and exterior. Now, the exterior lights do include the nav lights. So those are illuminated right now. We can go into here. This is the main console for the gimbal camera plus the other cameras here. So you've got like the airlock cam, you've got the camera out the back, and gimbals right there. Slash medical bay. I accidentally painted over that. We'll correct that. Should have the full cross there. And then we can go into here. This is OB's room, so he can come in here, you know, to do his thing. He can actually light this up and stare at himself. So he's got like a little key button here, you know, got buttons. Look at all these. Actually, I need to hook these up to electricity. That way they light up. That way we can distract them more. But yeah, you've got that. That looks pretty good. All right, we can go ahead and close that door there. So you can see I've painted up and down the halls here. You still have the little engine area where you can look at it. Somebody suggested that I put a hatch there for maintenance, even though maintenance is not really a thing. I guess you could read the engine, but maybe we'll do that in the future. So we can come up here. Here's where all the passengers sit. Let's go ahead and hit the starter here. Oh, I don't know why the lights flicker initially when we start up. It's kind of a weird thing. Okay, turn that off there. Alright, so you can see what the tank holds. I don't know if that's in liters, gallons, but it holds a lot. That's the red reading, and then the black one will be once it starts to go up. So we've got your RPS, you got your temperatures here going up, batteries. We can go ahead and turn on... Actually, how do we turn on these monitors? I thought it was one of these. That could be a thing. Okay. Did we not hook those up? That would be a shame. Hold on, let me look at that real quick before we go out all the way. Alright, so I figured out what was wrong. It was a pretty simple mistake. So yeah, that's your airlock camera, and that's the camera out the back, right at the back door. So we've got that. You got your mag all button here, you got your sync button here, and then you have your surface button here. And then over here it's just clutch, throttle, spotlights, we can turn those on. I kind of have... Okay, I can hit the foghorn from here. So yeah, we have a foghorn. So yeah, pretty cool. Let's make sure it still turns. Seems to be functioning actually pretty good. There might be one or two things I add after this episode, depending on the comment section, if I missed anything, and then maybe we'll add a couple before we do the next episode, which will probably be a multiplayer episode, and we'll get OB on this. Yeah, that'll be actually kind of fun. He can sit there and play with his little console down there. It's like one of those like fake play sets, you know, like you have like the fake kitchen as a kid, and you can watch your parents cook, and then You can go in there and cook the plastic food. That's essentially what we just created OB, which I don't know if that's mean or not. It's not really mean. You know, he presses too many buttons. Okay, so let's go ahead. Let's confirm that everything works here. So we're going to kill the engine. That should be good there. We got our spotlights up. Let's go ahead. Let's go with the Tsunami real quick. You know what? We're going to go ahead and make it pretty nasty out here, too. Make sure everything's holding up here in the big waves. All right, Tsunami's going to be coming from the rear. Let's go ahead. I'm going to reposition this real quick. So let's go starter. I wonder why that flickers like that. I don't think I've ever experienced that before. Let's go and turn. There's our Tsunami. Oh, boy. You know what? This craft actually runs really great, too. So a lot of people with lower-end machines should be able to run this craft with no problem. Another thing is Wednesday, they're going to have a big update with performance. That's going to be a thing. Hold on, let's go and slow this down here. There we go. So I do look forward to that. Now, let's go ahead and start to sink this thing since we see the Tsunami coming. All right, there it is. And we're going to start to go down. Some people actually suggested to make this go down even faster. Like, I'd put, like, propellers on the top, I guess, as soon as we break the water. But I don't think that's really necessary. Because as soon as you get under the water, you're good. Regardless. Oh, wait. Did we do this right? Oh, I hope I did this fast enough. Oh, I see this big Tsunami coming. Okay, we're good. Let's go and turn our mag-alls on, so when we hit the bottom there, it'll lock. Come on. I gotta figure out the timing on this. You know, in theory, I could add more doors and I could sink it even faster. But, I mean, obviously, you're gonna see the Tsunami coming. I should have activated that sooner, though. Hold on. There it goes. Keep sinking. Come on, Burger Craft, get down there. Uh-oh. Come on. Come on. Oh, I should have definitely hit that earlier. It's always harder to get this to start to sink in the high waves, too, because they kind of pull you back up. Wait. I think we're going to do it. We're going to clear the Tsunami here. Oh, I want to watch it pass over the top. There it is. Tsunami's there, and we're going down. Yeah, buddy. That is awesome. So, Tsunami has officially passed over us. All right, so we're going to go down. I don't know what the bottom looks like here. Let's see. Yeah, it looks like it's going to be pretty smooth. It's not too bumpy here. So we're going to lock here. There's that. And that. So we're locked. Okay, looking pretty good. I don't know why I just got a little bit of damage there, but okay, Tsunami is passing over. All right, let's go ahead and close the sink, and we'll wait a second. Should be good to go here. Let's go and turn those off. And we're going to start the surface here, so it's going to start to blow the water out. That is cool. Now, one thing I did kind of want to add, and I don't know how to do it, if you watch the mobile base episode from about a week ago, they actually had these storm shutters that would come up and block the windows from damage. That would probably be good for Megalodons, but I don't think we're going to have that issue. Like I said, Megalodons, it's really hard for them to damage this in a way that actually takes it out. Because it's got this round, like, bumper around the whole thing, and then there's no windows on the sides that are really exposed. So I do think this thing can survive some Megalodon attacks. But anyways, let's go ahead and wait for this thing to surface here, and we'll make sure the engine and everything refires. You know what's kind of weird? There's something in the water that's lighting up. Is that? Okay, that should be the lighthouse. It was so weird. It looked like it was actually here at the bottom with me. I was like, that's kind of creepy. Alright, so we are starting to surface. I guess you can actually walk around while this thing surfaces, too. That should be no issue. So we can go in here and maybe play with OB's console, or maybe we'll just go into here. We can control the gimbal camera here. It's a little hard to see out of right now. Oh, by the way, here is the gauge working. So you can see it's like, I guess 180,000 liters or gallons. And you can see it's actually going down. So it's pumping the water out. That's actually pretty cool. I'm glad we actually hooked that up. This is going to take a little bit. It seems like it's going to take a little longer than the more shallow area we were in earlier. All right, here we go. We are breaking the surface here. All right, so yeah, we avoided a tsunami here, so it did its job. Let's go ahead and let it go up a little further. How far are we from being... Actually, there's still a lot of water in that tank, to be honest with you, but it's already back up to the surface. So I guess it's going to take it a little bit before it fully surfaces. Can I start the engine back up? Okay. I can throttle back up. Is that going to push us under? You know, I think that's going to be fine as long as... Okay, so some air is getting into the engine. Yeah, so it's not going to stay cranked. So I think the air intake is right here on the back. I guess maybe you can make it more of a snorkel style and have it even with the top. If not, you just have to wait for this thing to fully surface. Let's not just sit here and suck up water. Let's go ahead and just turn that down. But overall, I'm actually really happy with this. If you guys have any other minor suggestions that we can change before we do like a multiplayer episode, let me know down in that comment section below. Hopefully Opie enjoys his little console. But I do want to thank you guys for all the love and support on this series. Glad to actually be building again. So if you guys have any suggestions for the next build episode, comment below. Thank you guys for all the love and support, and we will see you guys next time in Stormworks.